Okay, I think this is working now. I don't know what happened there. My internet just decided to die on me. So, yeah, we're going to try this again. Nice tackle there. Down to 30 with Bobby Wagner to stop the Rams' drive with Cam Akers. Yeah, I don't know what that was. This happened last week too, but last week I was in my basement, so this week I'm not really sure what happened this week, but yeah, I guess there was an issue somewhere. Let's see if we can get our viewers back. We had like 9 people in this a minute ago, so everyone just left. We'll see if we can get the people back. I usually start a new stream whenever I have issues with Akers is just tearing up the field right now. Usually the Seahawks defense does well against the running game this season, but Akers is just finding everything. Yeah, this happened last week. I was in my basement and it cut out, so I had to do a second one. It's all good. Well, we're still here. We're still here. Oh, there's gonna be a late hit on that one. That was a cheap hit right there. Yeah, shoulder it right into the head. He's going down, and then he's. So if the Rams, if he goes out, then they're definitely gonna bring Goff back in. Okay, no penalty on that one. Wolford probably will go into the concussion protocol tent, and Goff will come in. So yeah, we'll see how Goff does with that injured finger of his, but he should be all set to play. At least they said he's going to be all set to play. Yeah, I mean, it was one game by the Bills. I'm not going to say that the Bills aren't going to make the Super Bowl because they won the playoff game. Allen played a great game. I mean, a lot of people are saying that the Bills didn't look great, but I thought that they looked fine. The offense played well. Allen played a great game. And I think that the Bills are still a strong Super Bowl contender if they continue to play like this. And if they did what they needed to do to win. And if they continue to do that and they continue to win games, then they'll win the Super Bowl. You don't need to win every game by 40 points. You just need to win them. I don't think the Ravens are making it to the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson hasn't won a single playoff game in his career. I don't see it. Lamar is 0-2 in his playoff career. Even if he wins one game against Tennessee, which I don't think he will, I don't see them making it very far. I mean, yeah, they had a good second half of the season, but they were very up and down. And they went 14-2 last year. Lamar Jackson was the MVP, and they lost in the first round. I mean, I just don't see it. They lost to Tennessee last year with a 14-2 MVP team. Now this year, with Derrick Henry having 2,000 yards on the ground, I think Derrick Henry's going to tear up that defense. It is a good defense, but I think that Derrick Henry's going to tear up the field, and they're gonna get beat. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Tennessee's going to come out, and I don't even think the Ravens are going to make it to the divisional. I don't see them making the Super Bowl. Okay, so Wolford is going to the tent now. That does not look good. We'll see if Jared Goff is impeded by this injury or not. So now they have Goff as the quarterback, which I knew he would come in at some point. I just didn't think it would because Wolford got injured. And they're going to run the ball again. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because that's what's been working against the Seattle defense today. If Seattle can get a stop here, the Rams will be held to a field goal. And the Seahawks will need to come back and score some points. No matter what, they're going to put some pressure on the Seahawks offense here, and I think that their offense will respond nicely. Jamal Adams is a stand-up guy. He wasn't doing that on purpose. It was just a bad position to be in. I wasn't sure what they were going to do with the flag on that. I thought they were going to keep it, but... And there's a sack. And that will be 0-3, 3-0 Rams once the field goal happens. We'll see if the field goal gets made, but it should be 3-0 Rams going into the Seattle's next drive in this game. And it is good. Matt Gay is a good kicker. He's one of the highest scoring kickers last season. He's having a good year this year. And we are going to get rid of that. And we're going to add in the new score. I'm gonna shrink that just a little bit. There we go. 3-0 Rams. So Seattle's offense has some pressure on it. We'll see what they respond with. One team that I think will pull off an upset. I think, well, technically the Buccaneers are the 5th seed over the Washington 4th seed. So I guess that's technically my upset game. I don't see any upsets happening, to be honest with you. I think that all of the higher seeds will beat the lower seeds. And I think that the Buccaneers will beat the Washington football team. That's the only upset that I have, but I think that since they're projected to win, I don't even know if that's really considered an upset. I think that everyone that's considered to win, I think, is going to win. If I were to pick upset, I'd probably pick the Ravens over the Titans because I think that those are the two most evenly matched teams. But I don't even know if that. I wouldn't say that actually believing that they would win. I just picked that as a upset to pick. So it will be Seattle's ball coming up after the commercial. I'm going to see if my headphones are charged yet or not. It should be at least a little bit charged. And then once we get this going, game will be back, and we will be all set for the Seattle drive. Just gonna refresh this and see where we are at. 1st and 10 at the Seattle 25-yard line. So he just went into the locker room. He might be back for the second half, but we'll see what he ends up doing. Terry Bradshaw is auctioning off his own money. Yeah, they're just paying him money so that he can auction it off. Already has a low battery. I guess I didn't let them charge that long, but... Okay, first down and 10. Chris Carson going backwards to go forwards. And there's a holding penalty on the play. 10-yard penalty. It'll be first and 20 for Seattle on the 15-yard line. So Seattle not making it easy for themselves to score right here. It was a good run by Carson. He made something out of it, but we'll see if the Seahawks can do anything here. First down 20. See what Russell Wilson can do with the Seahawks team in the first round of the playoffs. And false start. Seahawks not making it easy on themselves. First down and 25 yards to go. On their own 10. $12 in rushing, 16th in passing, 17th overall for the NFL ranks. Russell Wilson himself is higher ranked than their offense is for passing, but he has a lot of sacks. He gets sacked a lot, and that hurts their offensive passing rank. And he almost gets safe. There was almost a Rams safety there to start off this game, but instead it'll be a 2nd and 34 after the sack by Aaron Donald. And as I was just saying, Wilson gets sacked a lot. It hurts their passing ability, but it hurts their passing statistics. 14-yard run by Chris Carson to make it a 3rd down and 20. Slightly more manageable 3rd down, but still insane. So 3rd down and 20 for the Seattle Seahawks on this drive. They'll probably have another, not 3 and out, but I guess 5 and out would it be because of the 2 penalties. Wilson had a really nice block on that run. Quarterbacks don't usually block, but he had a nice block there. We'll see what they can do on 3rd down and 20. Wow. Another sack. That is already 2 sacks on the game. And the Seahawks are not starting off strong. They need to figure out their offense if they want any chance of winning this game. Because their offense has been weak lately, and I thought that they would come out swinging once they were scored against, but they need to do a little bit more than this if they want to win this game. They're only down by 3, but being down by 3 can turn into being down by a whole lot more very quickly. Nice punt there by the Seahawks punter. 40-yard line for the Rams when they take over the football. A little tired today. Sorry for all the yawning. We'll be back after this commercial by Progressive. Surprising on State Farm. State Farm, Progressive. So Baker Mayfield's on the Progressive team. State Farm has Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and Nationwide has Peyton Manning. So they're not only rivals on the field, they're rivals off the field. Baker, Peyton, and Patrick are all in the AFC. The NFC is Aaron Rodgers. Wilson trying to get a little bit of life into this offense, see if they can do anything. The offensive line has been terrible. The Seahawks offensive line is always terrible. He always has such bad linemen, and he gets sacked one of the most every single season. Bad throw by Jared Goff there. I am so sorry about the yawning. I mean, there's only 2 viewers right now, but I'm very sorry about the yawning. Okay. 2nd down 10 for the Rams. They can really take advantage of the Seahawks' bad drive because they have good field position right now, and they're up by 3. If they can score here, then that would be a real benefit for this team. They're outscoring the Seahawks on the ground. They have 70 yards to the Seahawks -1. And a nice tackle for a loss by Bobby Wagner, who's been all over the field today. Bobby Wagner is a perennial All-Pro, and he is easily going to be a Hall of Famer when he retires from the league. The Rams are going to hurry up after that tackle for a loss, and it is batted down. 3 and out for the Rams, and the Seahawks are going to get the ball back. They're going to get another drive. Hopefully this one doesn't turn into a 3rd and 34. Really nice play by Carlos Dunlap there. Three-hour Rams. Seahawks are getting the ball back. We will see where this takes them, or if the Seahawks can get a good punt return out of this, at the very least. And there's he does pick it up, and he got to about like to 10 or 15 or something. He grabbed it on the bounce, but he could have gotten a little bit better position if he grabbed it a little bit differently. Highest scoring offense in franchise history. That's surprising. They really slowed down. Metcalf 1,300 yards, Lockett 100 catches. The 100 catches by Lockett, I believe, was a franchise record. I believe 94 was the franchise record by Doug Baldwin. I don't know if the DK Metcalf record is a new franchise record too or not, but I know the Lockett one was. And we'll see what Russell Wilson and the Seahawks offense can do on this next possession. DK Metcalf just came out of the slot. We'll see where he goes. And an amazing grab by Lockett. That was a fantastic catch. And they might get him for offensive pass interference, but I don't think so. Yeah, that was a fantastic play by Lockett. There was nothing that he could have done any differently. And he made a beautiful play there. That was a beautiful catch. And this is why I think the Seahawks are going to make the Super Bowl. Yeah, sure, they went 3 and out in the first 2 drives, but their defense is good at covering their gaps. Their defense has been playing well the last few weeks, and their offense has slowed down a little bit, but it's definitely improving. And they make plays when they need to make plays, and that's the main thing is if you make plays when you need to make plays and your defense stops the opponent from scoring, then you're going to win games. Hey, was that timeout called? Oh, end of the first quarter. 3-0. This game is going exactly how I expected it to. Very low scoring, field goal by the Rams. I don't see the Rams getting much more. I don't see the Rams getting many more than just 1 touchdown. I think at the very most they'll get 1 touchdown, maybe a couple extra field goals. I think that the Seahawks will have most of the scoring in this game, and probably a lot in the second half because that's where they seem to do better. Rocket Mortgage Squares. The commercials on my phone are very interesting. I don't know if they're the same commercials as they're on the live broadcast on the TV, but nah. Cam Akers right now has 9 carries for 46 yards. That's impressive. And Cooper Kupp is the only one that's really caught much of anything. John Wolford is 3 of 6 for 29 yards. Jared Goff is 0 of 2 for 0 yards. So right now, John Wolford is looking like the better quarterback. Wilson is 2 of 3 for 25, and the offensive line is really what's been letting the Seahawks offense down. Chris Carson has 2 carries for 16, and the Seahawks offense is starting to make something out of this game. But they really need to do something on this drive to put some pressure on the Rams. And it's a divisional matchup. Divisional matchups are always more fun to watch than other games because divisional matchups there's so much more tension. Not only is there the game on the line and the season on the line, but there's also your pride on the line. So, like, you're going to be playing these guys again next year. You want the last game that you play them against to be a win. You know, you want to end them off with a, hey, we just beat you. You better watch out for us type deal. Yeah, I'm dancing a little bit. The music's nice on this commercial. For any of you basketball fans, the basketball league leaders are looking interesting right now. I wasn't expecting this start to the season. Celtics are in 3rd place right now, which is great for me. I don't know what teams you guys root for in basketball, but my Celtics are in 3rd place. The Magic are in 4th. After they lost and we won last night. Celtics are on a 4-game winning streak after being 3-3. And the 76ers are on a 1-game losing streak, a half a game ahead of the Celtics. Okay, 1st down and 10. Chris Carson gets the football, and he gets a nice 6-yard gain to continue this drive at the start of the second half. Aaron Donald has now been credited for 2 full sacks, so he didn't get a half sack on the second one. He got the full one. He could potentially get... I'm interested to see... I'm going to look up in a second what his... Ooh, another sack. Wilson needs to get the ball out quicker because this is going to really hurt them. This is really going to hurt them later on in the game if he keeps getting sacked and they can't get forward progress on these drives. He can have all the passing yards he wants, but if he can't escape a sack and the offensive line can protect him better, then this game is going to be a long game for Wilson, and the Seahawks are going to have a hard time winning it if they keep getting negative yardage on every other play. Drops back to pass. Russell Wilson gets it away, and it is coughed up. So barely over the midpoint of the field, and pushed back over it, and now the drive is over after Metcalf dropped that. That was a fantastic hit. So we'll see where the punter can get this football. Hopefully they can get it deep so that the Seahawks can get a nice stop on defense. Because they're going to need... This will be a more... I thought this was going to be a defensive game, but it might be even more of a defensive game than I thought it was going to be. $3-0 for the Rams. DK Metcalf was mad about that one. He really wanted that. Again, the Seahawks offense, they need to clean up their game a little bit if they want to win. I'm rooting for Seattle. I don't know if I've already said that, but I want Seattle to win. They were my preseason prediction, as you guys all know, and I really like to see them win. I love Russell Wilson. One of my ideas is once I get the channel monetized, I'd like my first $100 of the channel monetization to go into a jersey from a player of a non-Patriots team. So I'm probably going to pick like a select few number of players and be like, if I ever get $100 from monetization, I'll be like, hey guys, These are some players that I'd like to have that I think would be cool to have a jersey of. I want you guys to pick one. So I think that's an interesting idea that I've had. Russell Wilson will definitely be on that list if I end up doing that because I love Russell Wilson. He's such a good player and he's a lot of fun to watch. This game hasn't been what I expected it to be so far from the Seahawks offense, but a lot of that is the sacks, and that's hard against this tough Rams defense. They're definitely number one in the league for a reason. You guys keep asking me about upsets. I don't know. Washington definitely not for tonight because Washington, there's no way that they win that game without Alex Smith. For tomorrow, I'd say the Ravens have the best chance. I don't think anyone's going to win an upset. I don't think the Ravens will win, but I have the Ravens as the best chance at an upset. Because the Titans are the weakest team tomorrow of the better teams, and the Ravens are the strongest of the lower seeds. So Baltimore, I think, has the best chance of an upset, but I really don't think anyone's going to upset tomorrow. I'm going to look on most playoff sacks of all time. I want to see where Aaron Donald is on the list. He must be up there somewhere. Oh yeah, number 1 is Willie McGinnis from the New England Patriots at 16. Terrell Suggs, 12.5. Clay Matthews, 11. Frank Clark, 8. Von Miller, J.J. Watt. So Aaron Donald isn't even on that list. He has 2 tonight already. But he's not even on the list for career playoff leaders for sacks. I would think with the amount of times that the Rams have gotten to the playoffs in his career that he would have more than... What's the bottom? 6 is the bottom of the barrel on here? I thought he would have had more than 6 by now. Yeah, DK wanted that catch. He wanted that. So if the Ravens are favored, then I guess Tennessee is my most likely upset. I don't think the Browns are going to pull an upset. They beat the Steelers by 2 points when the Steelers were playing a backup quarterback and had nothing to play for. The Browns had everything. They didn't have everything to play for, but they were going, oh. I don't think the Browns are going to win that game. The Steelers had a couple of bad weeks in a row, but honestly, their season has been fine. They only lost to the Browns because they weren't playing for anything. They weren't trying to win. They put in their backup quarterback, and they just said, heck, we're just going to see what happens. I don't see the Browns winning tomorrow. I think if the Titans are more likely to... if the Ravens are favored, I think the Titans are most likely to... Nah, I don't see the Browns doing it. I just don't. If they do, then good for them. Great for them. But I just don't see it. It doesn't seem likely. And that looked like it was going to be picked, but it wasn't. Cooper Kupp was a little too far, and Jared Goff is not looking good right now. Yeah. He's doing fine. Oh, he's not doing fine. He's throwing the football. He is, in fact, throwing the football. But, I mean, this game, there's going to be more punts in this game than either of these teams have had all season. Not actually, but actually, though. The Seahawks get the ball pretty much at the 50. We'll see if they can get past the 50-yard line on this drive. 3-0. Chris Carson's the only player on the field having a good game. Chris Carson and Tyler Lockett are the only 2 players on the entire field having a good game, and Cam Akers. They have all the yards on either team. Even Cooper Kupp, he has a couple catches, but he's missed a couple. The Goff has missed him. Wolford went out with an injury. Goff is 0 for 4. Wilson is 2 of 4. The offensive line is trash on Seattle, so I actually thought this would be higher scoring than it was. I thought that I thought that I was predicting a low score for this game. Apparently, I was predicting a high score. We'll see how the Seahawks come back on this drive. They get the ball at the 48, so they have a good chance of scoring at the very least, as if they don't get a touchdown. But they need to score here if they want to win this game. They need to get something going. Yeah, this game is not going how I expected it to. I won't be streaming the Bucks game. If this game is very boring, if the Bucks game wasn't on after this, I probably would continue to the next game. But I'm probably gonna just stick with this. I'm gonna stop after this game because I'm gonna watch the Bucks game with my family. But yeah, it's a good defense. Yeah. At least it's good defense. It's interesting defense. Like the Patriots Super Bowl a couple years ago. Everyone said that was a boring game, 13-3. I thought it was a good game. It was two really good defensive games. I can see how people can think defensive games are boring though, but I think I like defensive games more than other people because of the way that the Patriots played, especially this year. The Patriots defense has always been good, so when Tom Brady isn't scoring 40 points, a lot of our games are strong defensive games. I find those entertaining. But I can see why some people can dislike some games without a lot of scoring. I know a lot of reasons why I don't like watching baseball and hockey is because I don't really like games without a whole lot of scoring. But with football, you can still have an interesting defensive game without scoring. Oh, that looks like it was that is a fantastic run by Carson. I didn't know who that was at first. I thought Wilson was going to take it to the left, sneak around them, but he didn't do that. Carson is having the best game of anyone on the field right now, except for Aaron Donald, by far. Nice run up the middle by Carson again for 3. Seahawks are officially in field goal territory for the first time this game. And if they get a field goal on this drive, at least that they have points in the board. But we're coming down almost halfway through the second quarter. The Seahawks offense doesn't stink. They just had some bad first goes. Not every offense is going to score on every drive. And the Rams defense is the best defense in the NFL. So you can't really expect... That was a tough throw right there. We'll see if Wilson can pull out a third down here. They went from the best offense in the league to one of the most mediocre. Their defense went from one of the worst in the league to one of the better ones. So let's see what this offense can do on 3rd down and 6 yards to go. Oh, Russell escaped. He's running and one yard to go. 4th down and 1. They might actually go for this. Tie it up. Pete Carroll likes 4th and 1. He's one of those. Pete Carroll and Sean McVay are both coaches that like going for on 4th down and 1. Compared to a lot of other coaches in the NFL. I'm surprised they're not even trying to get someone to jump off sides because, I mean, Jason Myers is perfect this season, but he's only kicked 2 field goals of 50 yards or longer. So we'll see if he can get this one. Continues the perfect season. So we'll see what if the Rams can have a response to this, but defense is defense. We'll see. I'll need to update the Seahawks score now. 3-3. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if what Goff does next year. Because Goff has a lot of turnovers for this team. And it's not that he has like a lot of turnovers, he has a lot of turnovers. Like he has like a Baker Mayfield 2019-esque amount of turnovers. And he's had this for a couple of years in a row. That's why the Rams have one of the most turnovers in the NFL. He has 13 interceptions, which is about average. But if you look at his fumbles, I don't know how many he's lost, but if you go to his rushing, receiving, he's fumbled the ball. He's fumbled the ball 7 times. But I mean, Goff is an up and down quarterback. You don't really know what you're going to get from him on any given Sunday. We'll see how he does this week, but this season he wasn't too impressive. Only 20 touchdowns on the year compared to his first 2 seasons averaging 30. This was his first season in 3 years without 4,000 yards. He was 48 yards short. He only played 15 games, but he was still short of that 4,000 mark. So the backup quarterback, if Jared Goff goes out with an injury, is Johnny Hecker. John Wolford is still... Oh! What? What kind? That was insane. That looked like it was definitely going to be... They had 2 Seahawks going for that pick. Diggs and Adams are both phenomenal players, and Kupp just takes it. That is a fantastic catch. That's got to be the catch of the... Not only the catch of the week, that's got to be the catch of the month right now. Not the catch of the year. We haven't seen what the rest of the playoffs are, but that's definitely the catch of the month right now for January. And we'll see what they do with that fantastic play. Jared Goff is 1 of 5 for 45 yards. What a line. And he didn't even throw a good pass there. Kupp just made a good play. Jeez, 1 of 5 for 45. What kind of a line is that? 9 yards per attempt, 20% completion. We'll see if they can do anything out of this now, but from how they've been playing, I don't think that they will. Yeah, 2 yards on that run. I mean, that was a good play and all, but it'll probably get them a field goal, and then the Seahawks will probably do nothing with their drive, and we'll see where they go from there. 2nd down, 8 yards to go for the Rams. So 3rd down 2 right now for the Rams. If the Seahawks get a stop here, the Rams will be up 6-3. If they don't get a stop here, they'll need to get another stop to not be down by a full touchdown. And it is 6-3. Bobby Wagner is having a whole game and a half right now. And this is a really good defensive game. This is kind of what I was expecting, but I thought the Seattle's offense would have scored by now. I was expecting this from the Rams offense, though. Some big plays, but not really a whole lot to talk about. A whole lot of nothing from the Rams right now. And just nothing of nothing for the Seahawks. Nine tackles and a sack. And it's only the first half. There's a reason why Bobby Wagner makes the Pro Bowl every year. And he will be a Hall of Famer. There's no doubt in my mind that Bobby Wagner will be a Hall of Famer. I wonder where he is on the list of most tackles. 4th. Bobby Wagner is 4th on the list for most playoff tackles in NFL history. Devin McCourty is 2nd. Ray Lewis was 1st. Teddy Bruschi is 3rd. So Patriots have 2 of the top 3. Ravens, Ray Lewis is number 1. Bobby Wagner of the Seattle Seahawks is 4th for solo tackles. What about combined tackles? Most combined tackles, Ray Lewis with... Oh, that's regular season. Do they do combined tackles for postseason? I don't know. So Seattle's offense is going to get the ball back after this commercial break. And we'll see if their offense can finally do anything. Jared Goff is now 2 of 6 for 50 with the best passer rating tonight. Let's see. A lot of things don't really display passer rating, so I go to a calculator. So 2 of 6 for 50. So Jared Goff is currently leading this game in passer rating with a grand total of 65. 65 passer rating for Jared Goff. He has the highest passer rating tonight. John Wolford has a passer rating of 64. And Russell has a rating of 56. So 65, 64, and 56 for these 3 quarterbacks. This game is just not... It's not having it. These teams are not having it right now on offense. Seahawks need to get something going on offense if they want a chance to win this game. I mean... Everyone keeps saying the way that the Bills played today. Oh, the Bills played so bad today. I disagree. Their offense was phenomenal. They won the game. Like, I can't knock a team for winning a game in a close game. Yeah, they won because the Colts missed a couple kicks, but Josh Allen was 26 of 35 for 324 yards and 2 touchdowns and 11 carries for 54 yards and a touchdown. That's a fantastic line. That is a fantastic line. I didn't see anything wrong with the way that they played. Yeah, their offense had a couple issues scoring towards the end of the game, where they could have completely iced the victory, but at the very least, it went into overtime. I felt confident in their ability to score and win the game. 27 points. I know that we live in the video game era of football where all of the games end up being 50-point games or more, but 27 points for an offense against a very good Colts defense is nothing to scoff at. The Bills did a great job today. I still think they can beat the Chiefs. That's how the Chiefs have been winning all their games, and they've been winning them against bad teams. The Colts and Tyler Lockett again. Lockett is on fire tonight. But yeah, basically, the Chiefs have been playing the way the Bills did against bad teams. The Bills just did against the playoff team. And nice play by Lockett. Lockett has been the only player on the Lockett and Chris Carson have been carrying the Seahawks team right now. 3 of 6 for 44. Russell Wilson has just taken the crown for the best passer rating tonight. Another good run by Carson for about 3. 6 carries for 39, averaging about 7 yards per carry. Yeah, you could see Metcalf was upset after he missed that catch earlier. Passing yards, 72-23 for Seattle. Oh! And that was a terrible read by Mr. Russell Wilson. Terrible read. I saw that guy coming out of the side. I don't know where that came from. Wowee. I know that Wilson already predetermined what he was going to do in that play, but I'm still surprised he threw that football. That was a terrible read. This Rams defense has proven that they're the best in the NFL, but they're often... I don't trust them to win any more games than this. So we'll see where this game ends up going, but Seattle is not looking as good right now. So Wilson just went back down to the bottom of the barrel for the passer rating competition today. 24.4. At least Seattle gets the ball back so they can do something. But you don't even know if they'll do anything at this point. At the very least, they do get the ball back, but to respond to that score. But having the ball being down 3 is much different than having the ball being down 10. So, we'll see if Russell Wilson can come back on the NFL passer rating leaderboard for this game. 65 is the number to beat right now. That'll be my thing. Oh, not Tyler Lockett. Moore? Is that David Moore? Nice run there by David Moore. He's a good, solid player for the Seahawks. He doesn't have a lot of accolades, but he does well for them. He does well for himself. He's a decent player. You got to give him some credit. Second down 6 for Seattle. They're starting to feel the pressure. And Chris Carson, another fantastic run. Seahawks should just start running it, stuffing it down the Rams' throat because they can't stop Chris Carson tonight. He's getting everything he wants. Russell Wilson's getting none of it. Seven carries for 45 yards for Chris Carson. First down 10. Russell Wilson drops back to pass. Almost sacked again. He has to run with it. And he gets a nice 17-yard gain on the play to bring his total up to 2 carries for 23. And if the Seahawks are going to win this game, they're going to win on the ground. They're not going to win it through the air because their passing is not working tonight. Rams are 5 of 12 for 79. Wilson is 3 of 7 for 44 and a pick. Seattle's on the opponent's side of the field for the 3rd time this game. For the 2nd time of their own merit instead of getting there and Hyde gets a 1-yard run. So that was not Carson, that was Hyde. I don't know why they're putting Hyde in when Carson's having such a good game right now. But At least didn't lose yards on that one. Aaron Donald had some nice pressure on the outside. Couldn't wrap up the tackle, and is 2nd down and 9. Yeah, Aaron Donald is fantastic. False start by Tyler Lockett. The penalties aren't helping Seattle either. They've had 3 penalties that have been killers so far this game. 3 killer penalties so far by the Seahawks. If your offense isn't doing anything, you can't lose. You can't beat yourself with these penalties. If your offense is already doing bad. Yeah, that nice fake crowd noise to try and replicate the fan noise of a Seahawks game. And that is the Russell Wilson DK Metcalf connection we've all been looking for today. 51-yard touchdown pass to DK Metcalf. That is what we've been looking for today. The Rams had a 45-yard touchdown pass earlier from Jared Goff. And this is what the Seahawks offense has been looking like the past few weeks. What they do is they have fantastic plays. They don't really do a whole lot, and then they have these fantastic plays. And that's the thing about this offense is it started off strong. Teams started figuring them out, but even though teams started figuring it out, they still have all of these fantastic surprises that they can pull, and they're back in this game. Seattle's right back in it. Metcalf is a fantastic player. I'm very interested to see how the rest of his career goes. 13-10 now for Seattle. Russell Wilson, 4 of 8 for 95 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. And for those of you who have been here for the entirety of the stream, I've been following the passer rating leader for the game so far. Russell Wilson is just went from a 24 passer rating to a 93 passer rating in that one play. So he is currently leading this game with a 93 passer rating. Jared Goff has a 65. Wolford has a 64. Yeah, my description was updated, and then I needed to stop the stream and redo it. And when I did that, my description got messed up, and it got reverted to last week's description. So now that my Wi-Fi is back, I can fix that. I'll just need to go into the details of this one and get that back. So, yeah, Jared Goff is probably going to stay in the game, even if John Wolford gets back. Goff is playing well enough. And a nice couple yard gain to bring up 3rd down and 10 for this Rams offense. There we go. The description should be updated now. Akers. Oh, and Akers is almost just got a touchdown there. Akers is the only one that's been doing anything on this Rams offense. Akers and Cup. Seahawks have spread the ball around a little bit, but Akers and Cup have been the only players on this offense doing anything. The Rams have now had 2 plays with over 40 yards this game. And there's a challenge flag on the field by Coach Pete Carroll, thinking that Jared Goff threw an illegal forward pass. And he was not. His foot almost came down, but Jared Goff was not beyond the line of scrimmage when he threw that football. So a fantastic play there by Cam Akers to stay in bounds, to get down the field, and make a fantastic play, almost getting to the end zone. Once this challenge goes through, Jared Goff will be 4 of 8 for 108 yards, or for 98 yards. So very similar line to Wilson, except no touchdown, no pick. We'll see if the Rams can make anything out of this drive, or if they end up getting another field goal. Jared Goff has officially passed Russell Wilson in the passer rating showdown. Jared Goff now has a passer rating of 95 compared to Russell Wilson's passer rating of 94. John Wolford, who is still injured, still has a passer rating of 64 in 3rd place. Two minutes to go in the half. We'll see if the Rams can just run the clock out now, because if they're going to get a touchdown or a field goal, they don't want Seattle getting any time left. Seattle only has 2 timeouts, the Rams have 3. So if they do need their timeouts later on in the drive, they can take them. But for right now, they just want to run the clock out. Make sure Seattle doesn't get another possession. Okay, first down and 10 from the 30 after that amazing play. Jared Goff is under center. He gets the ball and another handoff to Akers, and first down for Akers. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning, probably. The Seahawks need to stop here. They're not getting the ball back, but they also can't have the Rams scoring a touchdown on this drive. Flag, false start. Against Seattle. Encroachment, I guess. Usually when they stop the play, it's false start, but I thought it was against... But I guess there's a neutral zone infraction. First down 5 from the 5. Seattle's beating themselves with these penalties today. Seattle is beating themselves. I mean, Russell Wilson, you can't ever count Russell Wilson out. The Rams have a good defense, but the Seattle offense also has a lot going for it from this season. I know they haven't looked phenomenal in the second half of this season, but 8 consecutive red zone trips without a touchdown, longest drought in did that say NFL history? I didn't see the entirety of that stat. But the Rams have 8 consecutive red zone drives without a touchdown, which is crazy to think about in the way that offense is played in the NFL these days. So we'll see if the Rams can convert this. If they do, then the Rams are the clear victors for this game. If not, then it'll be interesting to see how Seattle recovers. I don't see Seattle getting the ball back either way in this game, though. Right now on ESPN, they have... Let's see, where's the percentage? ESPN usually has percentage chances of each team winning. I usually like looking at that during different games. I don't know where to find it, though. Gamecast. Right now they have 71% chance for the Rams. After the Russell Wilson touchdown, the Seahawks had a 51% chance of winning, but now the Rams' winning probability is up to 71.6% on ESPN.com. The Rams are on the Seattle 5-yard line, probably going to score a touchdown, but with the way that they've been playing, you don't really know. They haven't scored an offensive touchdown in 2.5 games, and I wouldn't be surprised if that turned into 3 by the end of tonight. Both teams have similar offensive rankings, offensive yardage so far, but the Seahawks have had a lot of sacks, which has pushed them back a little bit. Passing, the Rams have 120 yards, the Seahawks have 74, and on the ground, the Seahawks have 72 to the Rams 71. So the Rams currently have about 53 extra yards over the Seahawks. And the Seahawks have been sacked 3 times for 7 yards versus the Rams 2 times for only 7. So the Seahawks have been sacked for 3 times more yards than the Rams so far this game. And we have a touchdown by the Los Angeles Rams. Now the score is 19-10. With the extra point, it'll be 20-10. That touchdown by Cam Akers, who is having a phenomenal game and continues to tear up the Seattle defense. The only player on the team besides Cooper Kupp that's doing anything. Yeah, 122 out of 196. That's crazy. He's not even a quarterback. I wasn't sure how his injury was going to affect him in this one, and it clearly is not at all. 20-10 for Los Angeles. And I thought Seattle wouldn't get the ball back because I thought the Rams would run out the clock, but the way the defense played and that they forced the Rams to get their points quicker than they probably wanted to. And now Seattle gets the ball now. This season, Seattle's 7-1 at home. The Rams are 4-4 away. So if the Rams end up winning this game, that would be a big shock because Seattle's doing much better at home than the Rams are doing away. So we'll see what Russell can do in the last 2 minutes. They need to score something, and they can't go into this half 20-10. 20-13, 20-17, both of those work, but they can't go in 20-10. And Seattle needs to double up. They can't just score at the half. They need to score at the half and then again in the third. The Seahawks took the ball off to start the game, and the Rams went down. I believe they scored a field goal on the first drive. So the Seahawks need to not only score on this drive here with their 2 timeouts and 2 minutes on the clock, but they also need to score again at the beginning of the third quarter and get up either 24-20 or 20-20. They need at least 1 touchdown in the next 2 drives, and they need a field goal at least to go along with it. Because they have dug themselves a hole right now. Russell Wilson and Andrew Whitworth. Andrew Whitworth seems to be a nominee every single year. He's a phenomenal guy. I don't know him personally, but he seems like a phenomenal guy. And incomplete pass to start off this would be catch-up drive. We'll see if Wolford gets back into this game later on. It's too bad for him. You never want to see anyone go out of a game like that. 2nd down and 10 for Seattle right now. Wilson in shotgun. We'll see what they do with this one. Passes to Metcalf, and he does not get out of bounds. That was in bounds. The Seahawks need to be careful about that. They have a full 2 minutes, but 2 minutes can go by quickly. And if you're not careful... And Hyde only got 1 yard. I don't know why they're giving it to Hyde on 3rd down. Chris Carson has been the guy the whole game. Hyde has gotten you 1 yard, and you give it to Hyde on 3rd down and 1? I mean, if he's the guy in the field, then sure, but, like, throw the football. Do something. You can't give it to Hyde. And that was all Metcalf. If Metcalf had gotten out of bounds, then... Yikes. So, Seattle's got a punt here. They're on the Rams side of the field, so they didn't do anything with that drive. Rams will get it minute 29 on the clock with 2 timeouts. Unless Seattle tries to do something fancy here and try and get away with a... Nope. 6-yard line for the Rams. They probably won't do anything on this drive. Not likely, at least. We'll see what Seattle does, but we'll see what the Rams do, but I don't think that they're going to do anything on this drive. If they got the ball, if they got better field position, they might have done something with it, but terrible field position. Hello, Ahmed. Nice seeing you again. You were here at the last stream. I remember you. You were very active in the last stream, so thank you for that. Glad to see you back. If Seattle can get a 3-and-out, I mean, they can try to get something, but they'll have 0 timeouts and about 30 seconds on the clock. So I don't really see it. They'll take their timeouts, but I mean, 30 seconds on the clock with 0 timeouts. If they can't do anything with 2 minutes, how are they going to do anything with 30 seconds? Minute 18 left on the clock. And a nice play by the Rams there. Akers has been all over the field today. He's been phenomenal for the Rams. He has been the lifeblood of this team. And the Seahawks are probably going to let the clock run out now. They don't want to give the Rams any more time in case the Rams end up scoring. Now that the Rams are out of the end zone, they can potentially go for something, but that was an incomplete pass. And this will probably end 20-10 at the half. Russell Wilson, 5 of 10 for 104 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Jared Goff, 4 of 9 for 98. Cam Akers has been the player of the game. He has 18 carries for 94 yards and a touchdown right now. And the Rams' win probability is currently 77.2% according to ESPN.com. If fantasy football is still going on, whoever has Cam Akers on their team is doing very well for themselves. Cam Akers currently has 140 scrimmage yards on just 20. He has 20 touches for 140 scrimmage yards. That's about 7 yards per touch, 5 yards per carry, 23 yards per reception, and 1 total touchdown. Seattle has taken their timeouts. I wasn't sure if they were going to, but they did take their timeouts. If the Rams get stopped here, then Seattle will get the ball. But they won't be able to do anything with it because did the ball come out? Stay with the Rams. So the Rams keep the ball. 4th down. The clock should continue running, and the shot clock should expire before the play clock, before the game clock. So if the shot clock expires before the game clock, then the game will be over. Okay. I'm very curious on what's happening here. It looks like Seattle has the ball. It sounds like Seattle has the ball. The ball comes out well after 43 is down, though. Well after Akers was down for an hour before that ball came out. That is not a fumble. I mean, there's no challenges, so it's just up to the officials to overturn this. Because that was weird. That's what players do all the time. That's like when those players are mad and they decide to rip the ball out after the play is over. Yeah, as they should. The Rams should just stay on the field. This half is over. Seahawks aren't getting the ball back. Sorry, Seattle. False alarm. False alarm. Yeah, Bobby Wagner better come back. He's been all over the field today. The only thing that could argue is that the running back was sitting on the feet of 79. But I think he was just completely down. There's no way he wasn't down before Dunlap coughed that up. Yeah, so that's the correct call. The Rams guy was down by contact, and this should be halftime now. 44 seconds on the clock? That's weird. So they can't run out the clock now. I don't know why the clock is at 44 seconds, because that would give the Seahawks about 4 seconds. Yeah, because the play clock, before this play happened, the play clock should have expired before the game clock. So it should be halftime right now. The Seahawks shouldn't be getting a punt return, but if they punt the football, then the Seahawks will get a punt return, potentially for a touchdown. Okay, so they're setting the play clock to 40 because there's a 10-second runoff. I'm confused. I think that it's just halftime. I think that it's just halftime right now. I don't see any universe where this is. Yeah, it's just halftime because. What? Okay, so the play clock is at 40. The game clock is still at 44. If anyone's watching Tom Grassi's stream, please let me know if he's also confused. $44 seconds on the clock right now. We'll see. So I guess the Seahawks are going to get a punt return out of it. Out of all this confusion, they'll get a punt return. I think it should just be halftime, but 42, 41. Oh yeah, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna run the clock out, and then what they'll do is they'll make a play and try and. Try and do something with this. Okay, so now my game isn't. So it's halftime now. Just like I thought. Okay. So the Rams just ran out to halftime. First offensive touchdown since week 15 for the Rams. So they're finally getting something going on offense. As for Seattle, they're just giving things away on offense. They have 10 points and 7 points for the other team right now. So they're at a +3 on offense right now versus the Rams +13. And that's the difference in this game is the offense. The Bucks are definitely better for the Rams. The Bucks are definitely better than the Rams right now. Because to destroy the Packers. Yeah, the Bucks are definitely better than the Rams. Playoff Tom Brady is unstoppable. Playoff Tom Brady is the best playoff quarterback in NFL history. Playoff Tom Brady is the best quarterback in NFL history. Rams defense is better, but the Bucks still have a solid defense. Yeah, if you're questioning who's a better team, Tom Brady or anyone else, you pick Tom Brady. Tom Brady has a 30-11 playoff record, which is the most wins in NFL history for a playoff quarterback, and the highest winning percentage in NFL history. So if so you say 2019 wild card, but he didn't have any players. He had zero wide receivers to throw to. Like last year, Brady had no wide receivers to throw to at all whatsoever. And actually, we didn't play the wild card. Yeah, we didn't play the wild card. We played the divisional. We lost to the Titans in the divisional last year. But Tom Brady has some of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Last season, he was surrounded by nobody. He had zero players to throw the ball to. He had James White to throw to out of the backfield. I think Edelman was partially injured. Gronk was retired for a year. We got Josh Gordon and Antonio Brown for part of the season, and then they ended up leaving, or we ended up getting rid of them for unforeseen circumstances. And Brady just had no weapons. This season, he has some of the best weapons in the NFL between Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown. I mean, he has the two guys that we should have had, Brady and Antonio Brown, plus a couple others. But, yeah. January 4th, 2020, it was not January 4th. It was a divisional game. But yeah, if Tom Brady has a team, which this year he does, he is the best quarterback in NFL history. Versus the Packers, I think Brady also has a very good record against Aaron Rodgers. He's either 50-50 with him or he's like 4-3 or something. But I think that Brady has a good record against Packers. Yeah, because the Patriots had a bye week last year. We had a bye week. We should have had the 1 seed because there was the weird thing with the Kansas City game where the refs decided that they were going to completely destroy the Patriots. And we lost that game because of the refs. Yes, I'm being a salty Patriots fan. And we should have had the 1 seed, but we ended up with the 2 seed. You can't call Aaron Rodgers the greatest quarterback of all time if he has 1 Super Bowl win. His playoff record is 10-8. Tom Brady's playoff record is 30-11. I mean, there's no argument there. Aaron Rodgers is a great player, but he's not good in the playoffs. He had 1 good playoff season. The rest of his years were 1-1 or 0-1. And I think he did have 1 2-1 season in there, but Brady has been the most consistent player in NFL history for the playoffs, for the regular season, for everything. And regular season, Aaron Rodgers is better. Brees or Brady? Brady's better. Okay, so that's an interesting question, because if you want wins, Brady's better, but Brees is better at Brees has more yards than Brady does, but Brady has more touchdowns, but Brady has more wins. So if you look at the main categories, Brees has more yards, but Brady has more touchdowns and more wins. Brady has the second highest, or one of the top 5 winning percentages of any quarterback ever. Drew Brees is below 60% winning percentage, I believe, or barely above it. He's been doing well later in his career, but he's had a lot of 7-9 seasons versus Brady, who's never had a losing record. Even Aaron Rodgers has gone 7-8-1 before. Yeah, but the stats are insane. 412 touchdowns to only 88 interceptions. Yeah, I know you can show stats all you want, but at the end of the day, if you don't win the games, then you're not the best. You could, like, stats are arbitrary because stats are going to change throughout time. Like, Brady started his career 8 years before Aaron Rodgers did. Aaron Rodgers started playing in 2008. So he's had a longer amount of career with the new way of playing, with this more offensive football where touchdown to interception ratio has gone lower. Brady started that off. Brady and Drew Brees and Peyton Manning started that. That's why Brady, Brees, and Manning have similar stats. Aaron Rodgers was the transition gap between Brady and Mahomes. So Aaron Rodgers has more touchdowns than Brady does per game because he's in that transition period where he started his career when they started having more touchdowns per game, where offenses started to become more popular. And then Patrick Mahomes started his career in what they call now the video game era, where quarterbacks like even Tom Brady's throwing 40 touchdowns a game. So yeah, Aaron Rodgers has had a great career, but as times changed, especially because he started 8 years after Brady, you can't necessarily judge their abilities based off of their stats alone. And that's why I would say that Tom Brady is a better quarterback, because you can talk about stats all you want, but if the quarterback has a better winning percentage in their career, they've never had a losing season, they're 30-11 in the playoffs, and they have 6 Super Bowl wins, then they are the best quarterback of all time. You can't be the best quarterback in the NFL and not win games. That's not how that works. If you're the best quarterback in the NFL, you will win games. I would think that Aaron Rodgers has 2 Super Bowl rings and he's a very good quarterback. But if you have 2 Super Bowl, but as of right now, he has 1 Super Bowl win. He's 10-8 in the playoffs, and Tom Brady is 30-11. Tom Brady has 3 times more wins and 3 less losses. I mean, talent-wise, Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback than Brady is, but Tom Brady is a better quarterback. You can't be the greatest of all time if you only have 1 Super Bowl win. That's the bottom line. There have been multiple quarterbacks with 2, 3, 4. Brady has 6 wins. You can't be the best of all time with 1 Super Bowl win. And they also have the same amount of MVPs. Brady and Rodgers both have 3 MVPs. Brady started his career earlier. He's had more time to get MVPs, but they both have 3. And with the way Patrick Mahomes is playing and the way that the league is changing, Rodgers would need to play at quite a fantastic level he'd need to continue to play at quite a fantastic level every single season to get any more MVPs at this point. And he's also getting older. I don't know how much longer he's going to play. He's having issues with the team. I'm not sure what the whole deal is with that. I don't know if he's going to stay with them or if they're going to move on, but you can't have Peyton Manning as number 1. Joe Montana or Tom Brady is number 1. Peyton Manning is not the number 1 quarterback of all time. He has 2 Super Bowl wins, and his stats aren't any better than Brady's are. Joe Montana had as good stats as Brady and Peyton Manning did 20 years earlier. Joe Montana, if you're going to say anyone is the greatest of all time that isn't Brady, it's Joe Montana. It's not Aaron Rodgers, it's not Peyton Manning. Just because the league is changing, it doesn't mean that these quarterbacks are better than the people that played before them. It just means that the league is different. Yeah, Manning is not the number 1 player of all time. There's no way. Manning, I would put Aaron Rodgers above Manning. I would put Brady above Manning. I would put Joe Montana above Manning. Brees is a close one, though. Brees is debatable because Brees has had a better statistical career. Manning has more wins and Super Bowl wins. If I were to rank quarterbacks, of course I'd put Brady as number 1. I would put Montana as number 2. I would put Rodgers or Brees as, and then you also have to think about the guys a long time ago. I would put Roger Staubach number 3. I put Brady, Montana, Roger Staubach. Otto Graham is number 4, and then number 5 would be either Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers. Number 6 would be the other one. Number 7 would be Peyton Manning. What do you guys want to see for Hunger Games? Someone just mentioned Hunger Games. I'm running out of ideas for those. So if you guys have any ideas for Hunger Games videos, let me know right there, and I'll make sure to mark them down because I've had a couple different ideas for those, but I've kind of run out. So if you guys have any ideas for Hunger Games videos, let me know, and I'll make sure to do them. I mean, you can. So another example is Ben Roethlisberger. So you're talking about defenses. Ben Roethlisberger has had one of the best defenses for a considerable amount of his career, and I know that Ben Roethlisberger isn't even in this conversation, but yeah, he has won. He has had a good winning percentage, and he's won a couple Super Bowls, but it's nowhere near Brady's. Yeah, Otto Graham was like 1940s, but he won like 90% of his games. It was crazy. He won like 6 championships in a row with the Browns, and he won like 80 to 90% of his games. So if anyone should be one of the top quarterbacks of all time, it would be him. I know that things were different in the 40s. There weren't as many teams, and teams weren't as good, so it was easier to be the best. But if you're talking about the best quarterback of all time, he needs to be on that list. And a nice punt return by Seattle here. Okay, I just turned the game back on, and Seattle had a fantastic kick return down to their own 40. So they need to score here. I thought that they would need a double to score here to come back into this game, but I mean that kick return is enough to get them back into it. Yeah, you can say all these records that Rodgers has. First of all, he doesn't have touchdown. He doesn't have any all-time records except he doesn't even have passer rating anymore. Mahomes has passer rating. I'm rooting for Seattle. I like Russell Wilson. I like the Seattle team, and I picked them earlier in the season to win Super Bowl, so I'm sticking with them. I'm hoping that they do. So Seattle's my pick for the team I'm rooting for in this one. So, second down and 10. Seahawks are 0-5 on third down, so if they want to win this game, they need to start getting those third downs. Second down, 10 for Seattle. They give it to Chris Carson, and he gets a nice run up there for 7 yards. What they need to do is they need to stop giving the ball to Chris Carson on third down. Not Chris Carson. They need to stop giving it to Carlos Hyde. Because they've had a couple of third downs that weren't converted because Carlos Hyde only got 2 yards. And if Carlos Hyde only gets 2 yards every time that he gets the football, he has 2 carries for 1 yard. I mean, those are 2 of your third downs right there. You need to give it to the hot player, and Chris Carson's the hot player. I don't care if Carlos Hyde's your third down back. Chris Carson's your hot player. They have to throw it here though, especially with their running back that deep. The Rams are playing zone, but Seattle's got to throw it. And he gets away from the sack. and the pass was nowhere. Seattle's now 0 of 6 on third down, and I was saying that right now the Seahawks needed to be down 17-20 or tied 20-20 to have a chance in this game. 20-13 might not cut it if Seattle can't score any touchdowns. The Seattle defense really needs to pull the weight here because the offense is not. They had fantastic field position the whole game. They just haven't been able to convert on any of them. This was not the Seahawks offense that I was expecting to see this week. This wasn't the Seahawks offense that I was expecting to at all. But they're going to have to make do with it. Their defense is going to have to step it up. And Myers is continuing his perfect season with 2 50-yard field goals. He's made 37 straight as a franchise record for Jason Myers, so good for him. He has missed some extra points, but does that really matter? 37 field goals in a row is insanely impressive, so good for him. And the Rams will get the ball with only a couple seconds off on the first half clock. Minute 15 down, 13:45 to go. Rams are getting the ball. We'll see what they do with it when this commercial break is over. Yeah, man. Yeah, Manning was terrible in the postseason for like half his career. But, yeah. As far as this conversation is concerned, I think that my opinion is not going to change. I don't think any of your opinions are going to change, so. So the one thing that I would like to point out, though, is that Rodgers has missed the playoffs, the Pro Bowl 4 times in his career, and I know the Pro Bowl is arbitrary, but Brady has missed the Pro Bowl 5 times in his career. Brady and Rodgers have both missed the Pro Bowl 4 times in their career, but Brady's career has been much longer. So although the Pro Bowl is arbitrary, I agree that it is an arbitrary assessment. Brady has missed it less times in more years, or the same amount of times in more years. So if that's the main metric that you want to use, Brady will probably end up with more Pro Bowl appearances in his career. I know a couple of the times that Rodgers missed a Pro Bowl was because he was out with injuries, and then he also missed 3 years at the beginning of his career too. So he probably won't have a lot of the total touchdown records either. And a nice kick return by the Rams now to go to their own 40. Ball came out. Refs are saying it's down. Yeah, he's definitely down. Okay, so 2013 still for Los Angeles. The Seahawks need a turnover here. In my video earlier, I accentuated that the Seahawks won't win this game if they don't win the turnover battle, because they've been thriving on their takeaways and not giving it away. The Rams have been giving it away a lot and taking away about as much as Seattle. So the same thing that I said about the Packers-Titans game. The Titans needed to win that game on turnovers. Seattle needed to win this game on turnovers. And right now the Rams are winning on turnovers, and the Packers beat the Titans on turnovers. So if the Seahawks want to win this game, they need to win on turnovers. And so far, those two plays where they almost had a fumble, neither of them turned into anything, and one of the plays where they almost had a pick just turned into a 45-yard catch by Cooper Kupp. So they need to convert some of these potential turnovers. And Adams has been all over the field today. Adams and Bobby Wagner have been insane. Bobby Wagner, I believe, is still out with an injury, but Jamal Adams has like 10 tackles on the game. He has a pass defended now. He has a sack. He's all over the field. Okay, 3rd down to 9. 3rd down 6, sorry, I read that wrong. Jared Goff back to pass, and he gets sacked. So the Seahawks now have 3 sacks, same as the Rams. Both teams now have 3 sacks. Thanks, Marin. Glad to hear it. Okay, so Seattle's getting the ball back. We'll see if they can do anything with it this time. They'll need to get a good return or good field position or something in order to get a field goal on this drive, because that's what the trend has been. Rams are punting it away once again. Seahawks almost got in there for a block, but the offensive line did a good job stopping them from getting anywhere near the punter. And my video is now lagging. So I don't know what yard line the Seahawks have the ball on, but Seahawks have the ball back. They should have decent field position because the Rams weren't too far down the field. I'll go back to ESPN and see. So Seattle's getting the ball back. There's been a lot of punts in this game. The Seahawks have punted 4 times. Oh, that's surprising. I thought it was going to be more than that. Along of 59. The Rams have punted 3 times, along of 44. I think that might be late. They probably have punted 4 times now. I just closed ESPN right when it loaded. So the Rams' winning probability is down to 68%. I've been following that throughout the game on ESPN because they have an interesting corner on their screen where you can check out the winning percentage for both teams. The Rams were as high as 77% one time. The Seahawks were as high as 70% one time. Right now, the Rams are at 68%. But Jared Goff and Russell Wilson are both on a cold streak right now, and neither of them have completed a pass in a while. The Seahawks currently have the ball on the... Yeah, I still don't know where they have the ball. I'm looking at ESPN, I still don't know. Ball on the Seattle 26. 1st and 10. And now we're getting surprisingly great rates from State Farm on my commercial break. I don't know what you guys are getting because I'm not watching the actual thing. I'm watching on NFL, but 1 turnover for Seattle, 0 for the Rams, and that has been the big difference in this game. Because without that pick 6, right now the Rams are tied 13-13 with Seattle, and Seattle has the ball. So that pick 6 is really what's been the biggest difference in this game. On offense, the Seahawks have by far the highest have a lot more points for than the Rams, but the Rams have a lot more points against, a lot less points against. They both have almost 100-point differential. Not quite, but both are almost there. So 20-13, Seattle has the ball. We'll see if they can do anything on this drive. Zavix, I like your rankings, but I would put the Buccaneers ahead of whoever's winning this game, because no matter who wins this game, they both have good defenses, but without an offense, you can't win this league, and I put the Buccaneers at number 5. Chiefs are 1, Packers are 2, Saints are 3, Bills are 4, and 5th is the Bucs. 6th is whoever wins this game. John Wolford got hospitalized. That's not good. No, I did not hear about Wolford. I heard, I knew that they didn't really hear much about him, but I didn't know he got hospitalized. That's too bad. That's rough. Luckily, Goff looks like he's healthy enough to play, but that's really too bad for both him and the Rams, because he was doing well in how he was starting, and you never want to hear that from a football game. That was a rough hit by Jamal Adams. It was nothing illegal. It was nothing cheap. He just came in to hit him, and Wolford was in the wrong place at the wrong time, so it's too bad for him. I hope he gets better. I hope he gets healthy, and hope that there's no lasting damage from that. This is the Chris Carson and Cam Akers show right now, though. It's not Seahawks Rams. It's Chris Carson versus Cam Akers. That's the game. So where do you guys think Deshaun Watson's going to go? Comment down below where Deshaun Watson's going to go next year, because he wants a trade. He wants to get out of there. They got rid of his best guy, Hopkins. Now he wants out. Zero for 6 on third down. Third down and 4. Average is 9 yards to go. They throw deep on 3rd and 4. And they 0-7 on third downs now. That could have been a touchdown if Wilson was a little more accurate, but it just didn't come down. Seahawks just aren't doing anything. They can't get anything going. Nothing. It's crazy. This offense was so good at the beginning of the season, and now they just can't do anything right. I don't think it's insane how Wilson overthrows DK Metcalf. He's so fast. The plays are so long. And Wilson just overthrows him. Wilson just sails the ball 60 yards casually. I'm going to go fill up my water. I'll be back in a minute because I've been talking a lot. So during this commercial break, I'll go fill up my water. I'll be back in a second for the Rams drive. Okay, we're back. 20-13. Rams have the ball. 9:51 to go in the third. This ever loads. Yeah, I've just been getting thirsty from all this talking. Still on a commercial break, though. I didn't really miss anything of the game. So, we'll see if the Rams can do anything on this drive. I doubt it. Seattle will probably get the ball back, still down by 7, and then turn the ball back over. Oh, Aaron Donald is going out now, too? He has been the whole reason why Seattle's been doing anything today. Or the whole reason why he's one of the main reasons why Seattle's been caught off guard. Now the Rams are getting penalties. Seattle got penalties all throughout the first half. Now the Rams are getting them. Now that Aaron Donald comes out, the Rams have a false start on offense. Well, Aaron Donald isn't on offense, but... First down 10. Okay, so a new update on the passer rating competition in today's game. Jared Goff is down to a 63.9. John Wolford has a 63.9, and Russell Wilson has a 64.3. So Russell Wilson, with his 6 of 14 for 190 yards, a touchdown, and a pick, is leading in passer rating between the three quarterbacks tonight with a passer rating of 64.3. That's the competition that we've been watching tonight because this game is I don't even know what to call it. It's not boring, but it's not really what we're used to seeing. 3rd and 14. The Rams need to get the Rams probably won't get anything here. They're probably going to go 3 and out. And then I keep saying Seattle needs to score to get back into this game, and they keep not doing it. So I think I'm just done being a broken record. I'm just gonna watch it and see what happens. Because every time I tell Seattle they need to score, they just decide not to. 3rd down, 13 for the Rams here. Let's see if they'll run it or pass it. They'll probably just run it. Yeah, they just ran it, and 4th down and 11. They didn't even give it to Akers. They just gave it to Brown. They just gave up. Jared Goff was 4 for 12 for 98 yards. He has 25 yards per completion. 25 yards per completion. That's crazy. Wilson has almost 20 yards per completion. Wolford was the only one of these three quarterbacks playing anything even close to reflective of a normal game. And the Seahawks have the ball at the 40-yard line once again. This Seahawks defense showing that they're no pushover. They were a pushover the first half of the season, and their defense is just getting better and better. This week, they've only given up 13 points. Their offense has given up 7. If your offense is giving up half as many points as your defense, then you know your defense is strong. Or your offense is just doing bad. Or both. This game is looking a little bit both. So, the Seahawks will get the ball at their own 40 when this commercial break is over. And then, I'm not even going to say it. We'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens at this point. Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. On the ground, Chris Carson's averaging 6.4 yards per carry. Cam Akers is averaging 4.9. He has 21 carries for 103 yards and a touchdown. Chris Carson has 10 carries for 64 yards along with 14. And Russell Wilson has 2 carries for 22. Seattle has 92 yards on the ground compared to the Rams 104, and 88 yards through the air compared to the Rams 112. So the Rams still have about 30 yards on the Seahawks in this game. 36 yards on the Seahawks. 36 yards and 7 points. Seattle scores here, then they will have they'll regain lead in the yards. And the Rams right now have 69% winning percent chance on ESPN.com. If the Seahawks can score here, they'll probably go down, but I don't think anyone can score anymore. The commercial break should be over in a second, and we'll get back to the play-by-play. I'm exhausted today. I don't know why. I haven't even been doing anything with myself. School starts in about a week from now, so I'll probably stop uploading every day. I'll probably be uploading 4 times a week because I will be having classes and I'll need to be doing school. I did make sure that all my classes were in the afternoon, though, so if I want to do a video in the morning, I can get it up before 10 o'clock, and I'll still have time to get to my classes. So, first down and 10 at the 35. That was the 40 for the Seahawks. Russell Wilson back to pass. He throws it, and they got about 2 yards. He got out of there. He didn't get sacked, though. If Aaron Donald doesn't know that play, he would have been sacked. Same old for the Seahawks offense today. 20-13 still. Seattle. My thing is really grainy. 2nd and 9. Back to snap is Russell Wilson. Tipped. 3rd and 9. The Seahawks are 0-7 on 3rd down. Just below this market is 0-8. We'll just mark this down as 0-8 on 3rd down. They're not getting this 3rd down. Okay, let's see. One more play. Deep pass by Wilson. And it's broken up. They can't get anything. No one can get anything tonight. For videos for the off-season, I don't really know. I'm thinking of doing a Final Four bracket. I'm thinking of doing a March Madness bracket, but I don't really know anything about college basketball, so that'll probably be garbage. I was thinking of doing some more basketball videos. I might do a couple of basketball live streams of Celtics games or other team games because I like basketball. I might be doing some basketball content. I might be doing some football videos where I go over. Maybe doing some videos where I do stat comparisons between like players, like if I'm comparing best quarterbacks of all time or best wide receivers of all time or different things. I'll definitely continue Hunger Games. I'll probably do 1 Hunger Games a week, and I'll definitely take suggestions. So Zavix, to answer your question, if anyone has any suggestions for video ideas in the off season, I'll definitely do those. I'm probably going to do ranking all of the NFL logos, all of the NBA logos, all of the NHL logos, those types of videos, just to get some content going. But a mock draft. Everyone keeps telling me to do a mock draft, but I don't really know anything about college players. I might say what position I think. What I'll probably do is I might try to make a mock draft, but it won't be very good because I don't really know a lot about college football and the players available. But I might do it eventually after the combine. I usually like watching the combine And I like seeing where players go in the combine. Because I like watching the combine to see how players do. Because since I don't watch college football, I don't really know how these players are. So when I see them in the combine is when I start saying, oh, this guy's good. Like DK Metcalf. Everyone was saying, oh, DK Metcalf's going to be a third-round draft pick because he doesn't know how to run a route. But I saw him in the combine and said, this guy's a first-round pick. The Patriots need to get him. We didn't pick him. We picked N'Keal Harry. N'Keal Harry was like the number 2 wide receiver. He's been trash for us. DK Metcalf's been fantastic. So I'm probably going to do one after I watch the combine and see what the players look like. Goff got the first down on the ground, and it will be first down and 10 around the 20. Yeah, I'll probably look up some people's opinions, and I'll probably base those opinions and say what position each team needs, and then put the highest seeded player accordingly. That's probably what I'll end up doing. I probably won't do that until after the Super Bowl, though, because I'll probably be going down to 3 or 4 videos a week, and then once the Super Bowl happens, then I'll start going into videos like that. First down 10 for the Rams at the 19. They hand it off to Akers, and he has stopped for about a half a yard on that one. So with John Wolford gone, Jared Goff needs to take care of that finger, because if he goes out, then Johnny Hekker is their quarterback. And incomplete. Third down and 9. Just like the rest of this game. Third down and 9. Third down and 9 has been the definition of this game. Fourth down and 9 for the Rams. 5 plays, 13 yards, minute 44. The Rams drive is officially over. Seattle will get the ball back and do nothing with it. I mean, the first half of this game was an interesting defensive game. Now it's gone from an interesting defensive game to a boring defensive game. I just did not pick the right game to do this for. I mean, I don't know, man. This was not the right game to do this for. I'm not gonna say probably because I can't keep that. I might do the Ravens game tomorrow because this didn't go exactly how I expected it to, but we'll see. John Wolford is back in the lead for the NFL for the Seahawks Rams passer rating competition. John Wolford has a 64 passer rating. Russell Wilson has a 58.5, and Jared Goff is down to a 56.3. Seahawks let it bounce, and now they lost 10 yards. If that guy just caught the ball, then they'd have the ball 10 extra yards. But now they're back at their own 30, and they'll probably do nothing. Yeah, I think that is a mix of both. The offenses aren't playing well, but the defenses are also playing phenomenally. The Rams have the best defense in the NFL, and the Seahawks have had the best defense in the last 6 weeks. Russell Wilson is one of the better playoff quarterbacks of this time period. He has 2 Super Bowl appearances and 1 win, both early in his career. He hasn't done well the last few years, so we'll see what he can do with this fantastic defense going forward this season, or going forward in this game, and just the game. Second down and 7 after a 3-yard run from Chris Carson. They need to make this third and short if they want a chance of getting it. They're down 1. I'm calling it right now. If they don't run with Chris Carson, then they are not getting the first down. If they run with Carlos Hyde, they don't get it. If they pass, they don't get it. They need to run with Chris Carson to get this first down. They need to run with Chris Carson to get this first down. To get their very first third down conversion of the game. I'm confused. The Seahawks are trying to get 12 men on the field. They're trying to get 12 men on the field, and they didn't get the ball off fast. They got the ball off too fast, and I've never heard of that call before. I've never heard that happen before. That's an interesting play call. Well, not play call. That's an interesting decision by the refs. Oh, Hyde did get it. Good for him. Good for him. I was betting against him. I said if they ran with Hyde, he wouldn't get it. But first third down conversion of the entire game for Seattle. They are 1 of 9. Yeah, it's too bad for Aaron Donald, but Seattle needs to take advantage of that if they want to win. They need to take advantage of this no Aaron Donald period. Russell Wilson back to pass. He's back deep. He's loading up. Dumps it off and okay. Looks like offensive holding. It could be pass interference, though. That could be how the defensive player got so close to the ball. I could very well see this being a pass interference. An eligible member downfield. Will Dissly became a defender on that play. Dissly played good defense on that one. Even the defense can't play good offense right now. I mean, the offenses are so bad that the defense can't play good offense. Okay, first down 15 for Russell Wilson. He's back to pass. He's running away, and there will be an offensive holding on that because that was just too easy. Offensive holding, first down and 20. First down 25. And Wilson is upset. First and 25. This is the second time that this game that the Seahawks have had over 20 yards to go on first down. That's not how you win a football game. So, Seattle needs to stop beating themselves. All the 6 penalties for 40 yards and a pick 6. If Seattle doesn't do that, then they're winning this game, but they're beating themselves right now. The Rams aren't winning this game. The Seahawks are losing this game. First and 25. What the heck is... And they're... First and 25, and they run the football. Second and 24. Seattle needs to score. They gotta go deep. They gotta load it up. Yeah, he's looking okay. He probably won't come back into the... He might not come back into the game, but he's looking like he can move. Wilson has no protection. He's pressured on every throw, and he just can't get anything. As this game continues, John Wolford's 64 passer rating is looking better and better and better. Jared Goff and Russell Wilson just keep doing worse and worse and worse. 20 dropbacks, 3 sacks, 9 knockdowns. 3rd and 24, they gotta go deep. They gotta load it up, see what happens. Picked off again. Yep, that's incomplete. That touched the ground. That is not a interception. So, ugly, but Seahawks are punting. Rams are going to challenge it. They're going to lose the challenge. They're going to lose the timeout. Okay. I'm sorry for all the yawning today. I don't know why I'm so tired. Punt team coming in for the Seahawks. 4th and 24. For the second time this game, they've had 4th and at least 20. This number 1 ranked Rams defense is showing why they're the number 1 defense in the NFL. And the Seahawks are showing why their defense should be respected. To be fair. Yeah. The Seahawks defense was so bad at the beginning of the season, but their defense has been playing phenomenally tonight. The Seahawks' 5th punt of the game is coming up, I think. Either 5th or 6th. I think it's the 5th. Seventh punt for the Seahawks coming up here. And the Rams have 6. So 13 total punts in this game. One touchdown and 31 drives. So in the last 31 offensive drives, the Rams' offense is 1 touchdown, the Rams' defense is 2. Flag. Great. We'll see what this is. Probably going to be... I don't know what this is going to be. I have no idea. What? What? Why was that dude 5 yards out of bounds? What the heck was that? Last 3 drives, the Rams have had 11 plays for a total of 8 yards. 11 plays for 8 yards in the last 3 drives. Let's see if they can get anything here. And they got a decent chunk of yards. if they can score here, that would be icing. That would ice this game. But 50-yard line is not field goal range. It is not field goal range yet. Ball's on midfield. Seattle needs to stop. They can't let the Rams go score a field goal here. And Akers is trying his very best to make this a 2-score game. Second down and 2. And first down for Cam Akers. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. So we'll be back with the fourth quarter in a few minutes. And there's just nothing. Nothing to be had here. So there are 15 minutes left in this game. Seattle needs to score at least twice to win this game. And if they can't hold the Rams to a field goal, they need to score 3 times to win. So how are you guys doing today? Haven't really interacted a whole lot. I've just kind of been rambling, but that's kind of what these types of streams are. It's just a lot of rambling. I'm getting some USAA commercials. You know, the usual. I mean, 20-13 looks like a close game, but the Rams have had control the entire time. Okay, so let's get this game back up on the good old phone. Had it up, just took it down. Now I'm gonna put it back up. See if the commercial break is over. The Rams will get the ball back at the end of this commercial break, and then Seattle will need to try and stop them if they want a chance of winning this game. Three points scored in the third quarter. That's crazy. That is crazy. First down 10. Out of bounds. Oh. I don't think he got his feet down on that. But they're saying he does. So. First down 10. Rams trying to make something out of this drive. And my phone is now lagging, so hopefully the lag stops. There we go. Second down and 9. 20-13. This looks like the last Seahawks-Rams game, except backwards. That's what it looks like. This looks like how the last game went, but the Seahawks were winning and the Rams were losing. I believe the Rams had a pick 6 in that game. And they make the tackle. It's third down 2. Third down 2 yards to go. 13 minutes to go in this football game. Timeout. So they're down to one timeout now for the Rams. They're down and just a few yards to go. And they got another field goal. Once again, another field goal for Los Angeles. No, the field goal won't ice the game. The Seahawks offense hasn't been playing well, but they're still Seattle's offense. They still have Russell Wilson. They still have DK Metcalf. They still have Tyler Lockett. And there were some moments of brilliance in that first half from the Seattle offense, and I can still see them winning. I don't think that this game is over, but I think that it's an uphill battle right now for Seattle. Hey, that rhymed, actually. That's funny. It is an uphill battle here for Seattle. Ha ha ha. Very funny. (23-13). We'll see how this beautiful game finishes. I don't think the game is iced, but ESPN.com tells the story. Their current percent chance of the Rams winning is 90. The Seahawks need to score a touchdown, get the ball back, and score another touchdown to win this game, and I just don't see it happening. But it's Russell Wilson. Can't count him out. If they lose, it is not entirely his fault. The team as a whole did poorly, but Chris Carson has had a great game for himself. So, we'll see. We will see. Seahawks are at least getting the ball back. So Seahawks first down 10 did not go very well for them. We'll see how they continue this drive in a moment. My video is lagging terribly right now. But second down 5. Carson gets down to the third down 1, and I can see from ESPN there's now fourth down 1. And this game is effectively over if they don't get a first down, if they don't get points on this drive. Chris Carson did not get the first down. It is 4th and 1. And this game is over if they don't get the first down here. You have to go for it. You have to go for it. Ugh. What a game. I really want Seattle to win that. It's too bad. See if they can get this 4th down 1, but they need to go for it. If they don't score here, the game's over. You potty? Do you potty? I potty. You potty? I don't know who potty is. Okay, still 4th down 1. Let's see how this. Fourth down 6 now, with that penalty. And the Seahawks keep beating themselves. The Seahawks keep beating themselves this game, over and over and over again. So, Rams get the ball back, and this game is pretty much over now. Nice divisional game. Not the result that I wanted, not the result I expected, but it was a good game. Well played by both teams, and, well, actually very poorly played by both teams, but we'll see how the rest of the playoffs go after this. Yep, this game is over. I'll probably stay on until the end, but game is effectively over. 9:21 to go. The Seahawks need a miracle because their offense is not doing anything. $23-13 still. And if you look at the box score, you will see that Jared Goff is, in fact, winning in the passer rating competition. He's 7 of 17 for 131. John Wolford is in second place with a passer rating of 64, and Russell Wilson is in third place with a passer rating of 57.3. Chris Carson is the... No, Cam Akers is the MVP of the game. Chris Carson is the Offensive Player of the Week for this game, with his 15 carries for 78. Cam Akers has a grand total of 173 yards, 173 scrimmage yards, carrying the load for this Rams team. So the Rams not doing much on this drive. Starting off, just like normal. $8:21 to go. Third down, 1 to go for the Rams. They need to convert this third down if they want to. Well, they don't need to. It would be nice to convert this third down. They don't really need anything at this point. They just won. I mean, a stop here does give the Seahawks a little bit of life. But it's not much. It's not much. Russell Wilson needs to dig deep into his arsenal and get out that playoff Russell Wilson from the beginning of the season. The Russell Wilson that put up 40 points against the Patriots. They needed that Russell Wilson back. This is not how this game is supposed to. This is not how the Seahawks were expecting this game to go. Yeah. I didn't even see the fumble. My game is late, but if the Rams get the fumble, then I will be changing my Super Bowl prediction this week. I think that every time that I decide to choose a team to do well, they always decide to die that week. I decided I had Chiefs Saints as my Super Bowl prediction. I changed it to Bills Seahawks this week, and what happens? The Bills have a terrible game and the Seahawks lose. That's a fantastic play right there. Seahawks still have 3 timeouts. There's still a 2-minute warning. If the Rams don't go anywhere, the Seahawks have a chance, but they have it on their own side of the field. They could be up 13 after this. Great play by Brown. Okay, well, I might finish out the game. I might not. I think I've been here the whole game. I'll stick around till the end. It'll be a slow ending to this one, but I'll probably end the stream around 8. If the game is over by 8, I might end it there. 2nd down and 1 for the Rams. And another 1st down. Down to the 20. That gives them 2 more minutes because 40 seconds per play. There's a full 2 more minutes for this Rams offense to run out the clock. That'll bring it down to 4 minutes. If they get another 1st down, that'll be the 2-minute warning. And if they score a touchdown, then it's over. What a game. Second down, 5:12 to go. .502. They're just gonna run the clock out. If they get one more first down, then they'll be able to bring it down to the 2-minute warning. And then another first down will be a touchdown. Walk-off touchdown. And the difference in this game was the Rams didn't turn the ball over. The turnovers was the big difference in this game. Jared Goff ends with a quarterback rating of 93.1. So Jared Goff, in the end, prevailed in the passer rating category with a 93.1 to finish off this game. Well, I don't really want to call it because anything can happen, but there's not really much else to see here. Seattle might have a couple of good plays. Buccaneers start at 8:15, so I'm definitely watching that game. I'm not going to be watching it on here, of course, but I'm definitely watching that. So if this game isn't over, it should be over by 8 o'clock, but... DK Metcalf would need 2 catches for 150 yards to get this. So Jared Goff is adding to his early career resume. He started off his career very, very strong with a Super Bowl appearance. He has never had a losing season. His worst... Oh, he had a losing season before Sean McVay, but with Sean McVay, his worst season was 9-7. And he just keeps adding to his resume. 3rd down and 4. So they need to... If they don't pick up the 3rd down, I'm probably going to end the stream. Okay, so I'm probably going to end the stream here. This game is effectively over. There's 4 minutes left. The Rams have the ball. So thank you guys for everyone that tuned in. This is about the same amount of playbacks that we got the last couple of streams. It's been about 200 views per stream, so I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Let's see if we can get to 800 subscribers. It's been a slow week, but we might be able to get it next week. So thank you guys for all the support. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.